What's up YouTube, AVI back with another video, and today it's really cold in Connecticut and we are going to prepare the Lightning for a long winter. So here we got some fuel stabilizer that I got. It's up to good to 20 gallons to treat of gas. This is a 25-gallon tank. Should be perfectly fine, but what we're going to do is it's pretty empty right now, so we're going to fill it all the way up, add the stabilizer, drive it for about 5 minutes, and then we can throw the cover on it and we should be good for the winter. Also, we recommend to take your battery off, or if you have a battery tender, hook that up. Obviously there's no outlets near me, so I'm gonna have to disconnect the battery. But that's kind of what we'll do to winterize the Lightning, and I'll show you guys what we do. Let's get to it.
All right guys, here we are at the gas station. Obviously it's not cheap, premium, but we're gonna fill this thing all the way up and then we're gonna add the stabilizer right into the tank. Look how lucky we got. 78. So now we're gonna unscrew this and put her into the tank.
All right guys, now the tank is filled up completely. We put the stabilizer in, and now we have to drive for about 5 to 8 minutes just to make sure that it's through the entire fuel system, and then we should be good to park it for the winter. We'll show you some driving clips. If you guys notice, the ground is super wet. Hopefully the salt was all washed away by now. I had to wait for it not to be completely salted. And then I'll clean the undercarriage once I am parked, just to make sure there's no excess salt. So now we're home and we'll show you guys what to do next. All right, so we're back in the garage and we're gonna show you the next step on how to winterize your car. So if you have a battery tender, like I mentioned before, you could hook that up to both ends and plug it in, but because I'm in a condo, I can't just leave something plugged in for multiple months. So the best thing to do is take out the battery. So we'll show you guys how to do that. So on this particular Lightning battery, we have a positive side that has a positive thing right here, and a negative side that has a negative thing right here. So you're always going to want to start with the negative side. And we're using a 5/16 size. So put this on.
5 hours later.
So now this side is off. You want to make sure this isn't touching anything. So make sure that stays out of the way. And now we're gonna do the exact same thing to the positive side.
2,000 years later.
Finally. So now your battery should be disconnected. Now let's work on taking the cover off. And realistically, your battery should just be able to lift right out. This isn't buttoned, it must be screwed on. Let me see my phone. If Ford was smart, it would be the same size. Oh, it is. Now we got the battery cover off, as you saw, and I thought I would just be able to lift it back up, but there is actually one more same size 5/16 nut right here that you can take off. And it was kind of difficult because the washer was twisting and I couldn't get to hold it in place, but I was able to just get it off camera and get this off, take this piece out, and now, I promise, now we should be able to just lift the battery right up and out. So, like I said, some people don't believe that you need to take the battery out, but just to be safe and sorry, I'd rather take it out while it's sitting all winter and plug it back in the spring. So now we will put the battery cover back and show you the final step as to winterizing your car. Let's get to it. All right, so the final step in winterizing your car is getting a nice winter cover. And I got one on the bed of the truck. I'll show you guys. So there's the winter cover, and I'm going to show you guys how to put it on. Let's get to it. And that is how you put your winter cover on, and ultimately how you winterize your car. So basically, just to recap, you want a full tank of gas, some fuel stabilizer to put in it. After you put the fuel stabilizer in, after you fill up, make sure to drive for about 5 to 10 minutes just to make sure it goes through the fuel system, and then park it, unplug the battery, or use a battery tender. I wasn't able to use a battery, so we just unplugged the battery, store the battery in a not super cold, not super hot place, and then cover. And you should be good for next spring. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to subscribe, like the video, and tell your friends about it. So just like that, AVI out. Do you see the size of this battery? This is the size of Dolores' engine.